Hello everybody and welcome to the crypto session brief. We're on Monday the 20th of March 2023. We've just gone midday here in Europe. Let's take a look at what's moving crypto markets today. Well, we've seen Bitcoin continue on its ascendancy, now breaking through the 27k barrier on its way to potentially a test of the 30k handle. We've seen some serious moves on this market over the past couple of weeks. It wasn't too long ago, we're at the 20k handle, and if you see here, we had this 200-day moving average on our charts, and it was just a perfect technical bounce off there. Yes, the spike higher is also fundamentally driven, with what's been going on in markets, particularly in the banking sector. But of course, this initial move down was because of the collapse of Silvergate Bank, which was more of a crypto bank. But then this move higher has been because there's been a lot of doubts over the more traditional banks like Silicon Valley Bank, the collapse of that one, and then with everything that's been going on with Credit Suisse, of course, that's been involved in a takeover by UBS, creating a behemoth in Switzerland. Basically the new narrative for BTC spiking higher is because it's safer than keeping your money in banks. Albeit, there's always a narrative when BTC is moving higher, but usually when it's moving lower, there doesn't really seem to be that same kind of narrative. But of course, we know that BTC and cryptos move with euphoria. We've had a really nice technical breakout. The technicals look good on this for a continued move higher. We've been holding at key support like 25k. We retested 25. Remember, that was a big resistance. We retested that. We found that as a springboard, so clear buyers in here. Technical break, new buys, and it's just been a euphoric move higher, really. We've now seen Silvergate and Signature Bank die. There's a systemic crisis of confidence in the global financial system, but now we've seen a rekindle of appetite for risk assets away from traditional finance. Despite probably in the previous year when you'd seen moves lower in risk, like for example, let's say tech stocks, Nasdaq, S&P, Aussie dollar, if you want to go into normal FX, fiat FX. You'd be looking at BTC also moving lower in line with risk. But now that correlation is broke, and you've seen this move higher, essentially. And from here, can we continue moving higher, or is current price action looking a little bit overheated, and we might see a bit of a correction back down into that 25k handle? We've seen quite a significant spike over the past week or so. We're up probably, I think it's up almost 20% now, maybe more over the past week or so, probably just more than 20%. Are we due some sort of correction or pullback, maybe into 27, maybe even 25? But we'll just continue to wait on that one. Of course, we've got the FOMC this week as well. It's a major market mover. That's in 3 days' time from now, where the majority of analysts are believing that we'll see a 25 basis points hike at best. Goldman Sachs, I've just seen, suggest we might even see a pause from the FOMC, which I'd personally be surprised with, because that's going against what the Fed, basically all their work over the past 12 months fighting inflation. And don't forget, there's still signs that inflation isn't going away. So here we are with BTC 281714 today. Had that move over the weekend high as well. We're pretty much trading where we were on the open though. So some earlier losses were faded back higher, and now just trading around just over, just higher on the day, albeit very marginally. Ethereum is also breaking higher, but maybe not as strong or quickly as BTC. You can see some resistance handles just getting in the way here on Ethereum. Currently 1790 is where we've seen the latest pause. You can see them rejections off this level back throughout last year, basically September and August being pretty tricky at this area. I mean, you can get through here, and if there's enough momentum, then you see a move up into the 2k handle on Ethereum. As you can see, Ethereum still not fully secured the break, really, like we've seen on BTC. If you look how far we're trading above that recent resistance, and then you look at Ethereum, you can see how we've not quite had that same euphoric move, let's say, on Ethereum Litecoin as well, same sort of story. In fact, we're trading, we're not even much higher than we were compared to earlier on in the year. BTC has smashed through all these kind of levels, current yearly highs. They've all been broken now. So if that was mirrored on Litecoin, we'd be trading above 1 or 2 and probably into 115 in terms of the percentage above the previous highs. But we're actually trading quite a bit lower. So it's just BTC really moving on its own at this stage. Is that some sort of insight that it's maybe due a little bit of a pullback on its own BTC because everything else isn't? Or is there some good reasoning behind this particular move in terms of a flight to safety? Yeah, it feels strange calling BTC safety given its volatility. I'm not really having that or convinced by it, but I can also kind of understand where people might be coming from with the issues that the banking sector is currently seemingly facing. So that's basically where we're at, current state of play. Yeah, just watch out this amount of volatility. Of course, when you're trading volatile markets, it's important to, number one, recognize that both with your trade management, position sizing, where your stops might be, for example, and of course, it's handier to have actually built and tested a trading system within the TradeViewX platform, because then you can really get an understanding as to how we trade through previous periods of volatility, because we can backtest an actual system and find out how it had performed rather than just guessing. So that's where we're at. I'll leave it there for now. Until next time, I wish you all the best with your trading, and bye for now.